up, everybody, and welcome to another OTR Classic this week as we are taking a little bit of time off this summer. Hope you guys are all enjoying it. Hope you had a great 4th of July. I got a good one for you today. If you listened to our Foundations episode just the other week, you will learn that in my mind, our first episode was really episode 5. So we're going to go all the way back to episode 5. This is when Eric and I first had microphones. It was just the two of us. We were in her little kitchen dining room on her table. We were figuring it all out. It was a lot of fun. We named this episode Sex and the Runs because if you remember, Sex and the City came back. It was right around that time, and we're big into Peloton. There was some Peloton. I'm giving it all away. I'm going to stop. Guys, enjoy this OTR Classic. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks, maybe a couple days. I don't know when this is going to drop. I'm pre-recording this. It is June 13th because I am taking advantage of some time. Enjoy, everybody. I love you. And if Erica were here, you know what she would say. Don't forget to stretch. What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of On the Runs. We are coming from you here at Erica's house. Erica, thanks for having us.
My pleasure.
It is just the two of us today as Shauna and Katie are both, what do you want to call it?
Busy.
Busy being pregnant. Shauna's 30 weeks into her 40-week pregnancy training there. Mm-hmm. She's doing well, gives her best wishes. Katie as well gives her best wishes. But you got the two of us today. What's going on? What's new?
You know, not much. It's a couple days after Christmas. Just kind of relaxing after a busy weekend. So how about you? How was your Christmas?
My Christmas was good, busy, hectic.
Especially with the babies. How was their first Christmas?
So at one point I was like, we didn't really get them anything. And besides like Chewy toys and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's all babies need.
It's true.
It was busy. It was hectic. I have a new water bottle.
Oh, God. Yeah, I saw that thing.
It is 1 gallon of water.
Do you drink that whole thing every day?
Well, this is
one a day?
This is the second time, and I got about, let's see. I got
much.
42 ounces to go of 128 ounces.
Oh, goodness.
It is right now 6 p.m. I think I'm doing okay. I got a hockey game later, so I'll crush that 40
So pretty much
ounces.
he pees like 8 times a day.
Hey, it's a break. You know, they say you take about a week's worth of bathroom breaks at work.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Do you get anything good for Christmas?
Santa was very good to me this year. Got lots of gift cards, coupled to Fleet Feet here in Nashua. So I'm going to go in and treat myself to some new running gear. I'm actually looking at some new trail running shoes because hopefully my calendar next year is going to be full of trail races. So we'll see.
Erica, the girl here a couple years ago who hated running on any kind of dirt or gravel, is now going to be an experienced trail runner.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but I'm going to make sure that I do a little bit better with some actual trail shoes.
Was it the Yeti challenge? What was the challenge when you had to run like 5 different times a day at 5.5 miles each time to equal a marathon in a day, but you had to go like 4 hours in between? What was that?
Yep, that was the Yeti 24-hour challenge. Yep, you ran, I think it was supposed to be 5 miles every 4 hours or something. It added up to like 30.
Can I be honest?
What? Oh.
All right, your second run was...
With you guys, it was terrible.
Yeah,
I was slow.
You were so cranky.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Where Shauna and I just kept running and went ahead of you.
Yep. I'm not ashamed to say that. Trail running is not my forte, but I'm looking to improve a little next year. So.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'll have to get some trail shoes. I never really bought trail shoes.
Neither have I, so I have to do my research. If anybody has any suggestions, hit me up.
So if you were listening to our little test run the other day where I highlighted no new shoes, you will know that we have some new equipment. We got a new recording system where now we can go from one person's house to another, or we could even record at separate houses. We'd rather be together like we are today.
Sounds a lot better than the video call, but it was still doable.
I hope it will sound a lot better. And we'll be able to do more of these, hopefully, going forward, now that we got this stuff and we don't have to all coordinate to be at the same place at the same time. So that is cool. We got new equipment. It was Christmas, real quick Christmas party we all went to. Yankee Swap was
Never again.
Never again. Never again. We'll have to have
Hi, Ashley. You tried.
good effort.
We blame Peter.
Good effort. Great party. I think the comment of the party was Lori says to Chris, "Nice job, Chris. You managed to get Shauna pregnant and sleep through the other half of your 7-month marriage." That was the best.
I don't know if I actually was there for that, but I love Lori. Lori's great.
It was great. It was great to see everyone. A lot of cool people we haven't seen in a while. Thanks for hosting, Ashley, even though it was an hour and a half away, up a mountain on a snow-filled road, and people easily could have crashed going down after that party.
So this message is brought to you by Subaru. Brandon's car.
Speaking of this message is brought to you by... We kind of have, I wouldn't call them a sponsor, but we have a company that reached out to us and sent us some swag, and we want to give them a little kudos, a little props, a little, hey, thanks. Erica, why don't you tell them?
Sure. We were in contact with Koala Clip, and they sent us a couple of samples so we can test them out. So I'm looking forward to giving that a shot. It's supposed to be really good. I think it's like a waterproof pouch for your phone, and you can put pretty much anything in there, your gels and whatnot. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it works and withstands my future races.
I was actually listening to another running podcast, Fit Cookie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hi, Holly.
I was listening to her yesterday. That's right, Holly. And that Koala Clip was one of her sponsors.
Very nice.
So they're into the podcast game, I think.
Good.
Maybe
good. That's where it's at.
Yeah, we'll get some Instagram pictures of you running. They sent us 4. Now, like you said, it goes on your sports bra.
Oh yeah, it clips on your sports bra. I actually didn't mention that, but yeah, it clips in the back. So if you don't have pockets in your shorts, you can carry whatever you need.
So I don't really need one because I don't wear a sports bra. So maybe we'll do something where we give one of them away, which would be pretty cool. It would be our first official On the Runs giveaway.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyways.
Stay tuned for that.
Let's get into some On the Runs incidents, all right? All right, Erica. Some people missed on episode 4, which we're calling the lost episode, that you had your first On the Runs moment of your life.
Still pretty embarrassing. But everybody missed it since we haven't released episode 4 yet. So basically what happened, had just got back from London, which went super great, by the way.
We'll talk about that
it later. Yep. But I had some extra days off, and a random Friday came up, and I had to run the virtual Boston Marathon. So I was just like winging it, I guess. Which I do not recommend because the night before I decided to have myself a giant burrito bowl from Chipotle. Hashtag way to go.
What, chicken? Steak?
Barbacoa.
Oh.
Delicious. But
you had the guac?
No guac.
You got to add guac.
But
I mean, maybe that's a smart move, but.
Sour cream, cheese, corn salsa. Come on. I mean, I was setting myself up for failure. So I went down to my favorite rail trail. And it's quite long. I think the whole thing is like 12 and a half miles from one end to the other. So I'm like, the farther I go, the less I'll have to do when I get back. That's always the way I like to do it. I get 8 miles in, stomach starts to not feel great. 9 miles in, oh no, this is not very good. 10 miles in, not having such a good time. And of course, since I winged this, I did not have my usual pack of tissues and hand sanitizer with me. So it was just, I was like, oh no, this is going to be bad. I wound up making it 11 miles down this trail, had to turn around and find anything. I ran to the nearest street, went looking for businesses, went knocking on doors, business doors. And I found this little country shop. And I was like, please, may I use your bathroom? This is an emergency. I am desperate. And I think I scarred this poor lady for life. She definitely felt pity for me and let me use her restroom. And thank God she did, because it would not have gone well for me.
So it wasn't like a public restroom. You were asking.
No, I went to.
Out of the kindness of your heart.
Yes. Oh my God. She definitely felt pity for me. But so thankful she did. It was going to be very not pretty.
So typically you have tissue paper, you said.
I usually do, just out of caution. But of course, I emptied my Camelback and, never put it back in.
Now, what were you wearing? How many layers were you wearing on top?
So this was early October. I think I only had a tank top on. I am not the one.
See, if you had 2 layers, you could have shedded one like me.
But then I would have ruined a shirt.
No.
Nah, but I'm not one to run around in a sports bra, and I don't know.
Unless it's at 3 in the morning at anchor down.
That is a different story. It was like 150% humidity. So, but yeah, it was not my finest moment. There was a lot of walking, a lot of.
So was Chipotle, was that the first time you ever had Chipotle before a run, you think? Or what do you typically do?
So, yes, it was. I was not planning on banging that out. Usually I'll do like the typical pasta dinner or a nice sandwich like the night before. And it's the perfect like amount of carbs and there's no vegetables. And my stomach always responds well to that. So I was just not having it. And of course, I think you asked me this before. Yes, I did go before I went too. And I think I just.
Well, it was like 11 a.m. So
yeah,
it wasn't like a race.
Not first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Like it was just not good.
I want to thank you for sharing the story really for the third time.
My pleasure. I mean, everybody does it, and I know you've had one, so you.
Well, I'm thanking
share.
you because you've had to share it 3 times now, and so we can get this right.
Yes, that's it.
Well, when you had that one, I had another one.
Mm-hmm.
I think mine was after yours. It was Thanksgiving. By the way, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving too. We missed you. We haven't spoken since before then.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So I went to Myrtle Beach for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Ashley has some family down there. I wanted to get to some warm weather. It wasn't really that warm. I thought it was perfect. It was like 65.
You had better weather than we had.
We had better weather, but the people down there were like, this is freaking cold, man. Actual Thanksgiving Day, we went to the beach. I don't know, maybe it was 10, 11 o'clock. And I said, I'll run. So I don't know if you do this, but when I go somewhere new, I go on Google Maps and I find everywhere I can run or bike.
I don't actually, which is probably a smart move.
I'll go to Strava, do heat maps. So I found a way to the beach. It involved running through Myrtle Beach State Park. So I got to run first out of their house, which is in the middle of a golf course.
Oh, really?
And so I'm running on all these side streets, checking out the houses, checking out,
See, that's what I would do. I would stick more close to home, but I mean, you want to explore, so.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but it was like only 3.5 miles, little over 5K to get to the beach. And about a mile in, I'm like, and I got to get to some type of rail trail or something I know on the map. And I'm like, I honestly was like, I'm going to take care of this here. I had 2 layers. I'll be fine. But then there's people.
Oh, no.
So I'm standing.
See, that's the tough part, too.
Yeah, I was like,
some privacy.
It wasn't just, it was the dad and his daughter on a bike and maybe someone else. And there was actually a mountain bike, like skate park type thing, dirt park.
Oh, wow.
With jumps and everything like over there. So I'm like, can't do it. Can't take care of this. Do I turn around, go 1 mile back to the house? And I'm like, I can make it 2 miles. So I took some Snapchats that I sent to you. I'm going to play them for the people here. All right. So this is how it started. Oops. Well, I should probably unmute that. So let's try that again. Hi, I'm here on this trail, and I can't move right now. 3rd time. Not prepared. So that was the 3rd time I had to stop. And I'm probably a little less than a mile from the state park, which the state park then has a road I'll have to run on. And I'm thinking, I just got to get like this, to go away, and I can make it 2 miles. Well, I probably stopped 15 more times. It was almost like I would stop and act like I'm checking out this mountain bike park, or stop and like, oh, I'm checking something out. Like, yeah, I'm just looking around. I'm new around here, sightseeing.
Like you're clenching them.
I was like doing it with my legs crossed and my butt cheeks, puckered up. I'm like, oh my God, my stomach was so mad at me. So Google Maps told me there was a bathroom it actually pointed out a bunch because the state park has a campground. So I'm like, okay, I just got to get to the state park entrance and get to this first bathroom. And when I got there, my thought was, it's Thanksgiving. Everything's probably closed. There are people here. I am going to have this crap coming down my legs any second now. And this was me walking over to the state park restroom, praying that the door was open. All right.
I've stopped like 15 times because on Google Maps it said there was a bathroom. I found it. Here it is. Please be open. Please, 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 please. I'm in State Park. I can't. Yes. So that's me. The yes is when the door opens. I'm like, thank God. I think I spent like 10 minutes in there. Mostly probably, I think you and Katie and Shauna were texting me, giving me a hard time, like, ha, ha, ha.
There is no better feeling, though, when you're like, oh, no, when finally you find something. Find relief.
Well, let me.
No better feeling.
Let me tell you what that relief was like, and I'll just play it for you here. I would like to thank the Myrtle Beach State Park people for supplying this bathroom. Oh, I could run another 10 miles now. Yeah, so that was me leaving, and I had to only go about another third of a mile to get to the van and find Ashley and all the kids at the beach, and they're like, what took you so long? It was only 3 miles, and it was like an hour later. I'm like, you won't believe what I just went through. And that is my life. That was running a lot last year, and that's kind of how we came up with this name. And we'll share. I think we want to share some good stories too from time to time. But we found a doozy. We absolutely found a doozy, and we want to talk about this. So this is your for the people complaining that we didn't have as many runs stories so far on the podcast. This one should definitely meet your fill.
Mm-hmm. So this one, she's definitely my new hero. Her name, I hope I don't butcher her name, but Addie Zarenner. She is a
Addie is the runner.
She is the runner, but she is definitely my new hero. So she is a 25-year-old running coach who in 2019, she qualified for the Olympic trials. So she's like super fast runner. I mean, she's elite in my book. And she was recently gearing up to run the California International Marathon back early December. And she had her own quite public runs incident, which, oh God, that just breaks my heart for her. But it's
perfect for us, perfect timing.
Perfect for us. But I mean, just the way she handled this, I praise her more than you even know. So I guess the night before, she had a mushroom pasta, and you would think that's not that bad. But apparently everyone who had eaten this mushroom pasta had some issues with it. And she didn't find out about it until 7 miles into her marathon. And I think she had about 3 runs incidents, if I do recall.
Oh, as we forgot, Code Brown.
Oh,
That's what we call it, a Code Brown.
Yep,
We're still new at this.
Yeah.
3 Code Browns.
But oh my God. So even with the Code Browns, she still managed to run sub 6 minute miles for 21 miles at least. And I am just,
it's insane.
I can't even, you guys.
You guys will see the picture. But she did this with.
We got her permission to show you guys her picture, but
you're going to want to see this. It's just insane.
She beasted through this marathon covered in mess, and the poor thing
all over herself.
But get this, she ran a 2:42. That is mind-blowing anyways.
She finished 30th out of over 3,000 women.
Oh my God.
You know why? Because everyone behind her had to stop.
Oh no.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Addie.
Oh God. But this woman is just
Addie, you're a badass. You really are.
Seriously my new hero. I don't know if I would have had the wherewithal to do what she did, but I only hope I could, if something like that had to happen, I would do that too.
So she walks into the hotel after the race without her pantless, without her pants. A friend of hers grabbed her and put one of those tinfoil blankets around her.
Oh, yeah.
Threw out the pants, the shoes, the socks. They stuffed toilet paper up their noses because how bad it smelled. And she even says somewhere that she thinks everyone looking at her in the hotel thought she was some homeless person.
Addie, we love you. You are just so awesome.
She goes, I wasn't sure if the other runners noticed, but afterwards she learned that some people thought it was just brown athletic tape.
It
looked like it in one photo.
It did look like KT tape. So, I mean, if you're gonna run and it looks like that, then I guess that's a plus if you consider.
She quotes here, and we're reading this off an article we found, which I think Ashley sent us. I'm not going to drop out with all this shit all over me. I'm going to finish with this shit all over me. I love it.
Can we give her a round of applause, please?
I think we can give her a round of applause. Oh. How do you get some funky music? All right, here's your
round of applause.
Yeah, nice job, Addie. Oh, man, that's a rookie mistake there on my part.
But yes, this woman is a superhero. So keep up the good work, Addie. I hope this doesn't happen to you again, but just know that pretty much every runner feels for you. Like we are on your side.
We love that we were able to reach out to you and you responded so quickly too. So hopefully someday we can get you on here to share that story with us. If there's any more that we missed, or we just got to figure a few things out.
Just get your take on it, right?
Yeah, or share great stories, good stories, anything. You are a badass runner.
I'd love to hear about the Olympic
your
trials.
Your Instagram
actually.
page
awesome.
is cool. The Olympic trials, you're right. We would love to. You know, you're a much better runner than us, but we just do it for fun, and we think everyone who runs is awesome. So
yes,
that's cool. All right, so that kind of fills our Code Browns for the episode.
Definitely.
All right, let's get a little Peloton talk since we're big Peloton fans here.
You know our love for Peloton.
Yeah. So did you see Sex in the City? I don't think it's called Sex in the City anymore.
You know, what is it?
And that was that, or
and,
that was
and just like that.
And just like that.
No, I don't watch it. That's Katie's wheelhouse, but I never got into Sex in the City.
So we did talk about this when it came out because it was all over. And so, as you want to tell everyone, spoiler alerts.
Yes, spoiler alert.
Because I think everyone who watched this,
They probably already
or as
seen
a
it,
fan,
but-
already saw it.
Yeah.
I watched to get to do research.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to fill you in a little bit.
Please.
It's a big reunion. It's probably been close to 20 years since the last one. So Sarah Jessica Parker is married to this guy, and his name in the show is Mr. Big.
Yes.
Or just Big.
Big, Mr. Big.
And to just fast forward, he is in love with Jess King, who goes by the name in the episode
Allegra.
Allegra.
I do know that.
And so he talks about it a few times, about to do his 1,000th ride. And he goes on the Peloton to do his 1,000th ride. And he dies. He has a heart attack. And
Woof.
that was a Thursday night. The next day, Peloton stock dropped 11%.
Can you believe the effect that like television has on companies like that? It's insane.
So apparently you told me that Jess was having a watch party.
Oh, I saw it on her Instagram. Yeah.
And imagine, because apparently they didn't know what was going to happen. They just knew Peloton was going to be on and Jess had a few words. Imagine like them being like, you know, yeah, Jess, you're on the show. And then all of a sudden,
Oh no.
oh,
No.
what just happened?
Yeah, I think they were kind of blindsided by the after.
So Big dies
after
from a heart
effects.
attack, and to just so everyone knows, he doesn't actually die on the bike. He gets off the bike, he walks to the shower, he sends Sarah Jessica Parker, her name's Carrie, a text saying like, let's leave tonight. They're going to go somewhere. And as he's doing that, he kind of grabs his chest or his armpit, and he's like, oh, and he falls. As he's turning on the shower, the phone drops. He can't reach it. And he actually, you know, lives enough to see her walk in the door and then get one last look at her.
God, that's heartbreaking.
I know. And then so the next episode, a few of them were talking about, one guy's like, he shouldn't be on that bike. And then his wife's like, no, he did 1,000 rides. That thing probably saved his life or helped him live longer, you know.
Well, that's definitely what Peloton was saying. They're like, he didn't have the best lifestyle, all the cigars and the alcohol.
They had to do some PR work there.
They had to cover their asses.
Yeah. And then they came out with that awesome commercial within 48 hours.
I can't believe that. I'm like convinced it was a publicity stunt, just a little bit. I'm totally convinced it's a publicity stunt.
I don't know.
But I mean,
I don't think so, because
it just came together so perfectly and so quickly that like, how?
so for those who might not have seen it because it's not up anymore, they were able to get Big. Ryan Reynolds, I think, put this together.
Ryan Reynolds and his I forget what his company is, but yeah.
They were able to get everyone together, Jess King and Big, and they had a commercial of the two of them in robes in front of a fireplace like if they just got off a ride. You use your imagination what kind of ride that is. And he goes, you want to go again? She made some comment like, you look great. And he goes, I feel great. He's like, you want to go again? And she kind of looks back like if she was looking back to the bedroom. But really, before the bedroom, there were 2 Peloton bikes. And then Ryan Reynolds does his little thing saying how good Peloton is or cycling for your blood circulation and your health. And he goes, he's alive.
It just came together so perfectly that I don't know.
I love how the PR team and everyone came together so quickly. I don't think it was, what was the word you used? I don't think it was set up.
Done? No,
yeah,
no.
I don't think it was set up. And then everything else happened. So
yeah, we're not going to touch into what happened after that. So,
anyways, that was so far been pretty fun. I think we got to get to a little cool down and a little wrap up and tell everyone what they've missed with you.
You guys, I've been through a lot this past fall because we haven't recorded a podcast since before I went to London.
Well, we have recorded, but it is the lost episode.
So London was absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm not going to go into detail just in case we do release that episode, but
let's hit a few points though.
Yeah, that was my fastest marathon. Thank you.
I hit the right button that time.
Everything came together. It was absolutely amazing. I did a 3:57. That was the first time I've ever cracked 4 hours, and so that is my new personal record. And
nice job!
Thank you. So after that, I ran a couple more half marathons, keeping in shape for New York City, and I ran a new half marathon personal record. So I'm at 1:47 now.
Crushing it.
I am.
Addie, watch out.
No, not even close. But I ran New York City early in November, and that was by far the most fun I've had during a race in so long. So let's start off by just saying my cousin Jen is amazing, and she hooked me up with the New Balance VIP tent in the morning. And because of that, I got to meet Robin Arzon from Peloton, and I kind of bothered her and got a picture. And
she was looking at you, and she goes, what are you doing in the New Balance tent wearing those Nikes?
By the way, I was not the only one wearing Nikes. I was actually very worried about that. I'm like, they're going to spot me as the imposter. So I was kind of trying to keep low. But I got to meet Robin, and it was just... oh, so cool. I was very, very starstruck, but she was very nice. She took a picture with me, and then she went off to crush the marathon herself. So,
and she just had a baby?
She did.
Yeah.
Her she's got to be almost a year about now. I think she had, she's got to be almost a year.
She had a huge fan club of all the Peloton instructors along the course watching her, cheering her on. I was watching that story for most of the day.
So I got to run it. I ran it 42 minutes faster than my 2018 time. And speaking of the Peloton crew on the sidelines, I got a selfie with Matt Wilpers.
No way.
I am shit.
I've seen it. I knew that.
I know. But it was I think I blacked out during that interaction too. I was just so excited. He was at the mile 23, you're going up Fifth Avenue and it's a giant hill and you're just kind of miserable. But seeing Team Wilpers on the sidelines, it was super cool.
Talk me through it here. You're running what mile again?
23.
Okay, mile 23. Mm-hmm. And your state of mind and everything, you're like, okay. And if it were me, I'd be like, 3 miles to go, 3 miles to go. Are you looking at the crowd or are you just focused? How did you notice him?
I knew he was there.
Oh, you're a stalker.
Well, he said it. It wasn't just me. They're everybody who knows about it knew about it. So I was literally counting down. They were at the corner of Central Park. And I'm like, okay, there's 110. There's 109. There's 108. And they were at one of those streets. And I made sure I found him. I found Team Wilpers first. And then I swear out of the background, Matt steps out. And I just kind of fangirled for a second. I was like, it was so
What was his reaction when you...
Oh, he was probably like, who's this chick? What's her deal? is she okay? But he was nice enough for me to.
So was he like doing nothing right then? Sorry,
he was cheering on his
just
team.
cheering
because he's an actual running coach. Like you, if you go to Team Wilpers, I mean, here's a shameless plug.
I do have the hashtag on my Peloton. Yeah.
But he actually like you can
love you, Matt.
Me too. You can get their coaching, and they do bike coaching and they do running coaching.
So was he just standing there cheering, or was like other people noticing him, or it's just like you noticed him right then? You're like, I need a picture.
Well, I knew he was there, so I don't know if like normal people, not crazy fans, knew he was there, but yeah, it was so cool, and it definitely put some extra like lightning in my shoes. Like, and I finished.
Did he say anything?
Honestly, I don't remember. I told you, I like swear I blacked out. I was so excited, and
so you walk up to him. Maybe you say hi first, or you think you're just like, I think I did.
I think I did like, hi, Matt. It's so nice to meet you, even though I didn't really talk to him. And then I was like, can I get a selfie? Which is my profile picture on Facebook. But it's got like my water bottle in it. And I was like, honestly, I'm surprised this thing actually worked, that I actually got a picture.
The picture came out great.
Yeah, but it's got my water bottle sticking in it.
No, it still came out great the way it is. It doesn't need to be perfect. The picture's just great.
I have to shout out Gooder also, because they make my pictures come out great, because I always get like my eyes get very like squinty and they disappear when I smile in pictures. So
that's so cool.
Gooder has been perfect.
I can't wait to one day we'll go there. I can't wait to do a Matt class live in person. Yeah. I can't wait to meet the guy.
Well, you're going to do a Matt class.
Guys made me so much stronger.
I'm going to have my Bex priority. So.
Well, let's talk about Bex then.
Well, let me finish my thing.
Oh, okay. I'm just going too quick.
Well, so after I saw Matt, I pretty much, I think I had the fastest splits in the whole marathon. And I finished, like I said, 42 minutes faster than 2018. So it's an improvement.
Yeah! Woohoo!
And it was just 5 minutes slower than London with all those hills. So I am extremely proud of myself.
Nice job.
Yep. And so that is the end of my racing season. And then, I've just been hanging in there. I got sick a couple of times over the winter.
I know.
And,
so did everybody.
Yeah. So hope everybody else is staying healthy.
My test was negative.
Aren't you so lucky? But so.
Well, let's talk about Bex then.
Sure. Oh, I just love her so much.
So Bex, if you're listening to this, a couple of times we have sent you a message and you have responded. It is so cool. Erica gets a little fangirl again.
I just can't help it.
The first was Halloween.
Yep.
Erica's like 12 deep.
Maybe not 12.
And I'm like only 3 because I just came back from a hockey game. And I'm like, hey, let's send her a message, see what happens. She's probably at a Halloween party too. And then at like 8 in the morning, you send me a message back. She saw it. She sent me a message. She says, hey guys, looked like so much fun.
She's a saint. Bex, you are a saint.
And now you're getting call. So we told her, hey, look for her. She'll be on your next live run. # Erica is on a roll.
That's my leaderboard name. And she actually like shouted me out, a random shout out.
A few times now.
Yes, she did it the other day and it made me extremely happy. But
she knows who you are.
I mean, maybe I'm trying to be active in the Bex Beasts community on Instagram.
We forgot to at the Christmas party. We talked about it.
Oh yeah, we were gonna send another message.
But we're gonna do more. Maybe next time.
How much more can we do other than shouting her out on our podcast?
Oh well, we could send her a message right now. We could do this. Here, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this live.
Oh no.
Hey Bex, what's up? Just us again here. Here's Erica. She wants to say, hey, # Erica's on a roll. She loves your shout outs.
Not to embarrass me or anything, but this is a lot of fun.
I love it. Oh,
man.
Anyways, all right. I think we got to continue the cool down. Let's finish up here and get rolling.
So let's see. What do we got planned for next year?
All right. So you got me to sign up for some races ahead of time, which is great because I am getting out of shape. I actually had a talk with another guy about how when we get into hockey season, when we referee, we actually get out of shape. People think we're like, oh, that's awesome. You get to get in shape and work out. I'm like, the skating's not hard. Mentally, it's mentally draining.
Yep.
But I get out of shape. So we signed up for 3 races. I signed up for 3. You signed up for 23.
Not 23.
Shamrock half marathon.
Yes.
In March. We signed up for the cheap marathon in April, which cost us how much?
$26.21 or 20 cents. I don't remember.
26.2. So $26.20, Erica.
I swear it was 21.
And for that, if we finish, what do we get?
A lousy ribbon that shows we ran a marathon. I love that. That's just so cool.
And then we're going to do the New Boston Half Marathon. It will be the second annual New Boston Half. Mm-hmm. We did it last year. You crushed it. I did okay. Shauna crushed it, which she didn't tell us, but she was actually pregnant that week. And
we're going to work on her and see if she'll do it with the stroller this time.
Oh, yeah. And we met our friend, was it Sandy?
Sandy,
And
yes.
you've run into her a couple times since.
Yeah, the Millennium Races, she likes those. So I saw her, I think it was during the Auburn 10 miler.
So we're hoping to see Sandy again. So we're doing those races, and you got me to sign up for a marathon training plan, which I guess I have done training plans for a marathon, more so on the Ironman side.
Yes.
So we're going to follow, or I'm going to follow the Peloton marathon training plan.
Yes.
Which involves a lot of the outdoor Peloton rides, which I'll just run on a treadmill and listen to. I'm in the middle of week 3. Actually, no, I'm beginning week 4 tomorrow. And
I'm supposed to be on week 4 too, but I took a little break from being ill. But
I'm ready to get back into it. I missed the entire second week because of my foot, which wasn't a running related injury, but Google thinks it's extendor tendinitis, which is common in runners, ice skaters, and skiers. So check.
Though. Yeah, I'm glad you took some time.
It's been fine. It's just, I don't know, maybe something flared up. But it's fine. It was very early in the training. And then we're going to do PZP, Power Zone Pack.
Yes. That challenge starts next Monday.
Monday.
Are you ready?
I got an email today saying, you haven't joined our Facebook page yet. And I'm like, okay.
You got to get in it.
I did today.
I got him to join my team, and we are part of the Wicked Smart Zone, which is everybody from the Boston area. They're a fun bunch.
Pretty much New England, I think. Yeah. I had to answer
Greater Boston area.
I had to answer the question if I'm from New England, and that let me into the group. Mm-hmm. So
they're fun. They're super supportive. So you're going to have a great time on this team.
I'm just looking forward to more rides with Matt.
Yes.
There's some on there I don't enjoy, and I'm like,
we're not gonna shout out.
But we're gonna shout out you, Matt, because you're the man. I think so. Power Zone Pack.
Yes.
You think that's just something on the side, or you think that's actual Peloton? Because if it was actual Peloton,
I don't think it's actual Peloton.
Yeah, because then if it was, it would be on the actual platform.
That is true. So they're taking all of the Power Zone rides that you can get from Peloton, and they're just creating their own structure for it. So I think it is separate from them because they have their own website.
The instructors will shout you out during rides, not you, but will say hey, everyone in the Power Zone Pack, great job.
Because they know about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if how much the instructors have to do it. Is this their little side gig, or is someone putting this together on the side and we're all just suckers?
I'm not sure, but I mean,
it's still
free.
fun and it's free.
So
it's a training plan that really works.
Yes, I attribute a lot of my success this year to Power Zone training.
Awesome.
It definitely helped.
Well, all right, guys. We're going to finish up here.
Yeah, we talked your ear off enough.
Hopefully soon we'll get some guests that will share great stories. One of them is going to be Scott. Scott's going to share stories about his epic Ironmans where he crashed, broke ribs, broke bones, went to a hospital, raced through a thunderstorm, pooped all over himself. Yep. And then qualified for Kona. So
that's pretty badass too. Scott.
Hopefully we'll get some of your friends. You have a lot of friends that we can have on here soon. So, and we're not just about Code Browns. We're going to be about any story. So good, bad, funny, even embarrassing. If you want to share and have your name be Jane Doe, like our friend from episode 2.
Yes. We'll keep the secrets.
So, all right, guys. Don't forget, follow us on our Instagram page @OnTheRuns. Follow us, or you can't really follow an email. Well, actually,
send us questions, send us comments.
So we have an email. Our email is @OnTheRunsPod. That's pod, P-O-D, @gmail.com. I'm thinking, should we do a Facebook page?
If you want to keep it up, because I am lazy.
Well, I could maybe link it to the Instagram, but it's
you could.
Yeah, maybe. That was weird. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening.
Glad to be back, and we'll see you in the new year.
And if Shauna was here, she would say,
don't forget to stretch.